This simple surface parking lot just got a serious electric upgrade, but this transformation didn't happen overnight. Let's rewind to the beginning.
Hi, it's Mark Marmer from Signature Electric. So we are in downtown Toronto. This is a lot that's part of the TMU, the Toronto Metropolitan University, and they're wanting to add some EV charging. So I just thought I'd get down here so you could a little bit before, and we'll come back down there later. It's sort of a typical parking lot. Just got a little existing, really a temporary 100 amp service over here, and feeds the shack and, you know, helps to get the lights on here. Really not much of anything. So we need just a little bit more oomph than that. So we're gonna upgrade this service to 200 amps. It's pretty straightforward. And we're already in the midst of running the conduit. We'll show it to you in a minute. We kept it really simple. We didn't need any civil work. We're gonna take advantage of this concrete wall at the bottom, and we're gonna make stands for this. And we'll put the chargers up on the wall, just sort of right in the exact spot that we need that we need them up against here. The nice part's going to be we have signage. We'll have the signage facing here, so people will know what to do to charge, but we're also taking advantage of the street side. We're going to put signage on the other side, and so people coming by will realize that there's chargers here. So they'll see the chargers, they'll see the signage, and when we get it all done, I think it'll be, you know, very interesting. We'll just watch it. Clyde doesn't get hit by the truck there. The tent we brought down is, it's a little cool out. It's not too bad today, but it's gonna be some -10 tomorrow. So we have a little bit of conduit PVC to bend coming up into the chargers. And it's just it's not impossible, but it's a little hard to bend it when it's really cold outside. It just takes a while. So this is our tent, and we've got a heater to go with it, a small heater, and we're able to warm it up. It's not so much for the comfort of the individual doing the work, but more to be able to get the bends done without having to fight if you're out here with a heat gun, you're almost trying to, you know, heat the air. It's really difficult. So let's just take a little quick look. Ryan's done a really good job. We've already got a bit of a start on it, and you'll be able to see what's happening here. So if we can, we're going to be tying in from the service when it's done, and when I come back, you'll be able to see that, into these boxes. The boxes will carry the conductors along, and Ryan's already got these. It's really good and solid. Between what's on the concrete and the fence itself is like really solid. So these are going to be fine. And some of this is a good savings. If I can just use sort of regular Unistrut and things like that, I don't have to invest in expensive pedestals and what have you. So I think this is interesting. Also, I suspect at some point or other, we don't see too many parking lots downtown, surface lots like this. I suspect in time we're going to see something built here. So not spending a ton of money on this, it's not a permanent structure. Maybe we'll be able to take it out and reuse things in other places. I'm glad we got down here before we got too far along. I didn't realize how far you'd already gotten. And it'll be interesting when we come back. When we come back, we'll have all this done. This will be mounted. We'll have all the signage up, and you'll see, and we'll have the service upgraded. So, really interesting. Although this looks like nothing, this little service upgrade, this is in downtown Toronto. This is a lot of different things with Toronto Hydro, because somehow we have a temporary service and we're putting in a new permanent service. So this is not even. They want to know if you're upgrading the temporary service or you're removing the temporary service and putting in a permanent service. Eventually, once we got into it, they got straightened out, but it's quite a bit of work, even in the background, to get some of these things ready and to figure it out. So for us, this is really what we do. Next time, we'll come back and we'll see something finished. So I got the short sleeves on today. The last time we were down here, as this was being built, it was quite a bit cooler. We had the heated tent was set up so we could bend some of this conduit and stuff. And most of what you saw here was kind of done. We didn't have the chargers on and the retractors up yet, but we got that now. But an important piece changed. We had upgraded the service to 200 amps so that we would have enough ampacity for this. But as it turned out, the pole that was here originally was really intended for a temporary service. So they gave us temporary power, and we had to work out installing this gigantic pole here. So the pole's done now, and the service is complete, and all the little pieces have come together. So it looks really good. I just want to give you like a bit of a background. This sounds like nothing. We just had to replace this pole. This pole replacement means I had to interact with Toronto Hydro to get it disconnected and reconnected. That did not all, by the way, happen in one day. We had to deal with sourcing and the pricing related to the pole. We need an electrician here on the day that it was disconnected and on the day that it was reconnected. Ultimately, the service more or less went back, the old one went back on the new one. And then because we had a period of time that there was no power here, because we just simply couldn't coordinate everything together, the Toronto Metropolitan University had to have security here. So we had security as well here overnight at some rate. But forget all the expense and everything that went with that. The communication that's involved in that to make sure that it happens is enormous. Dozens of emails with a variety of people, making sure that everybody's schedule worked on the same way. Oh, I forgot, the Electrical Safety Authority. So I think that's 5 people to be involved in this one pole, because of course it's fine when they disconnect it, but of course part of the reconnection process is to make sure that the ESA has been here. So I have to make sure that the ESAs comes before I can get Toronto Hydro back. And then it's almost impossible to make this happen in one day. We tried as best we could, but we couldn't. So when you see the end result, it all looks great. But if I could, sometimes the electrical work is important, but the service and coordination on the back end, which is part of the work that we do, is very important. So what other pieces do we see? Some protection was needed for these. They're up pretty high and out of the way, but we put protective bumpers on the ground to make sure that the car doesn't come back too far and hit the boxes. You know, I'm always talking about public charging. We want these retractors to keep the cables up off the ground. There we go. There are a lot of times these cable management where the cable goes in. Sometimes this is here or here. That doesn't give us the flexibility to be able to do something like this. This kept everything. We don't have a lot of space here. We want to use this as gently as we can. If I start to bring this out further and further and further, it's more likely to damage. So it hasn't been a long time, but so far everything's held up quite well. You can see that we even put one of our protective bars here because this is pretty close. It's possible somebody will back up and hit the side of this panel. So these protective bars, we use them very commonly when we're in sort of a underground parking garage. We'll put these, even if it's not really always required because we've got it up high enough, you'll be surprised. A bigger vehicle, a van or something, eventually is going to hit. This is like cheap insurance in a way. You know, if we can have this bar in and it stopped it from getting hit one time, that meant somebody didn't have to do a service call. Somebody didn't have to replace a charger. And when the charger needs to be replaced, sometimes it's urgent. If it's depending on where it is, some kind of public parking garage, you can't just leave wires hanging out over the weekend and get to it when you want to. It becomes an urgent matter, and those costs can escalate fairly quickly. So I'm glad I got the sunshine, a beautiful day down here. We're really proud of this and proud of that we can bring all these pieces together. And I know that TMU, the person that we were involved in, actually sent us an email thanking us for the work and thanking us for, they understand because they saw the 100 emails that was needed to make it happen. So I'm so happy when I see that because I know that we pleased the customer and our team came together to do it. And again, the combination of everything that went to make this happen was enormous. So when you see these small installations, and don't ignore the amount of work that might have been needed to make this happen. So we're happy to make this happen on your property. We're happy for you so that you could call us 416-490-8093. More videos like this. I think the easiest way to do that might be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/signatureelectric. And if you followed us, that would be amazing. I would love to have you follow us or like it or whatever seems to work for you. And then as we do, some of these are innovative ideas. So as we do that, we'll be able to share it with you and you'll be kind of first to know. Or of course, the website really links all of this together, signatureelectric.ca. So thank you for joining me again. And I'm happy for the summer to be arriving. The weekend's supposed to be great. Talk to you later.